I got my Charlie Mike shirt on, and I sometimes get asked what Charlie Mike means. So while I'm walking, I thought I would share my thoughts on what Charlie Mike means. So I'm on a ruck walk, a ruck march, whatever you want to call it. I'm preparing for an 80-kilometer, 50-mile ruck for the 80th anniversary of Normandy. Gonna fly to France, and with a couple other crazy people, probably a handful, probably a pretty large group. There's actually a lot more crazy people in the world than you would think. We're gonna do 80 kilometers for the 80th anniversary, and we're gonna end, I believe we end on Omaha Beach, which is pretty freaking cool. And so I've never rucked that far, not that I can remember. And here we are practicing. My son has a soccer game, so I'm gonna walk to a soccer game. It's about 6 miles away. That'll give me about 2 hours with this 30-pound GoRuck GR1 on my back. We have to do 20 pounds on the actual ruck. So I'm gonna start with 30. I'm gonna build my way up to 50 and use the 50 and try and get a full marathon in to prepare myself for 20 with 50 miles. So that's what I'm out here doing. I got my Charlie Mike shirt on, and I sometimes get asked what Charlie Mike means. So while I'm walking, I thought I would share my thoughts on what Charlie Mike means. I first heard Charlie Mike from a friend of mine, Lloyd Brigery, captain, former captain, Army Captain Lloyd Brigery. And he tells me a story when he was in Iraq and he was serving in the TOC as a battle captain. So battle captain is basically responsible for coordinating, carrying out the commander's initiative, relaying communications between the people out there on the road or wherever they are on a mission, and command and making quick decisions. If they're calling for backup or calling for air support or calling whatever, that's what the battle captain does. And so he was on a mission, or he was assigned to a mission, and that convoy got ambushed. They got attacked. And you imagine sitting there wanting to be, he's a tanker, he's a tank commander, so I'm sure he wanted to be there when it was happening. But imagine being there and all you can do is answer the radios. That's got to be quite frustrating. So anyway, the convoy gets attacked. Kill all the bad guys, as far as I can remember. And they ask back to Captain Brigery, what are my orders? Captain Brigery turns around, asks the commander. Commander says, Charlie Mike. Charlie Mike begins with C and M, phonetic alphabet, right? C stands for continue, and the M stands for mission. And essentially, back on point. Get to work, you got a job to do. This was a little bit of a shock to Brigery, just for a moment, because, you just get attacked and you're like, well, shouldn't they get to come back and regroup, think of a new plan, get some water, change their socks, right? What's the joke, 800 milligrams ibuprofen, water, change your socks. Shouldn't they get to come back? The answer is no, because I got a mission to do. Charlie Mike, you got a mission to do. And that's why I love that phrase, Charlie Mike. It applies to so much more than just the military and military missions. So how can you apply that mindset, to the rest of your life? Well, some days it's raining, Charlie Mike. Sometimes your kid's a pain in the ass, Charlie Mike. Think of every obstacle that you have in life, no matter what that obstacle is. It's a great attitude to just take to it, Charlie Mike. Roger up, let's go, Charlie Mike. I love it. The weather's kind of sucks. I'm gonna skip my run today. No. Charlie Mike. Feeling a little depressed, got a little anxiety, struggling with some things. No. Charlie Mike. And sometimes the best Charlie Mike comes from somebody in your life who hears what you're going through and says, well, you know what you gotta do, Eric? You got a Charlie Mike. I remember in my life, a number of times I had to Charlie Mike. I remember sitting at my kitchen table with all these papers on my desk, on the table, and thinking, man, I cannot afford to pay my staff. I cannot afford to pay myself. I cannot afford to pay my bills. What the f am I going to do? And so I did the only reasonable thing. I gave up the business and went back to work full-time with a steady, comfortable salary. No, that's not what I did. I Charlie Mike'd. I sold my house. Moved into a rental, and was closer to the business, was able to commit more to the business, hired a coach, got better at being a leader, got better at being a business owner, a journey that's never finished, and Charlie Miked. That's what I did. So anyway, if you like the message, Charlie Mike, grab one of these Charlie Mike shirts, WeShallDefend.com, because 100% of the profits, 100% of the profits, go to support the mission and the efforts of the Stay Safe Foundation, a charity founded by me and a couple of friends, one of which is a disabled military veteran, Army, staff sergeant, blown up in Afghanistan. How many people could say they were blown up? This guy can. 100% of your proceeds will benefit the Stay Safe Foundation and our mission to use fitness and peer mentorship as a tool for mental health recovery. Because, well, I believe, there is no stronger medicine than physical fitness for mental health. So, hashtag Charlie Mike and hashtag go to the gym. And those two mindsets, you can accomplish quite a bit in life. All right, I'm gonna get this ruck done. See y'all later.